Have you ever felt like you're constantly trying to catch up? Like the world around you keeps spinning faster and faster while you're stuck in one place? Maybe you've been caught in the web of overthinking, or perhaps you've been battling doubts planted by people who don't believe in you. But here's the thing. What if I told you that the power to break free from all this noise isn't something you have to go out and find? It's already within you, waiting to be unleashed. In today's video, we're taking a deep dive into 7 life-changing lessons rooted in timeless Stoic wisdom. But these aren't just ancient ideas. They're practical insights that can shift your perspective and transform the way you handle challenges. If you've ever wondered how some people seem to stay calm in chaos, make bold decisions without hesitation, or find peace even in life's toughest moments, this is the roadmap they're using, and it's one you can use too. Throughout this video, you'll discover how to silence the voices that doubt you, embrace discomfort as a path to growth, and reclaim your inner peace no matter what life throws your way. These lessons aren't about avoiding struggles, they're about mastering them. Because the truth is, life isn't going to slow down for anyone. But when you learn to control your mindset, you won't need it to. Stick with me until the end, and you'll walk away not just inspired, but equipped with real tools to protect your peace, build unshakable confidence, and stand taller than ever before. This isn't just another video, it's a journey. So are you ready to unlock the best version of yourself? Let's get started. 1. Forge unshakable confidence. Imagine standing in the middle of a storm, the winds howling and the rain pouring down. Most people would scramble for shelter, desperate to escape. But what if you could stand tall, unshaken, and unwavering while the chaos raged on? That's the essence of unshakable confidence. Not arrogance or blind optimism, but a quiet, solid belief in yourself and your ability to handle whatever life throws at you. Confidence isn't something you're born with, nor is it something you stumble upon overnight. It's forged, like steel and fire, through challenges, failures, and deliberate effort. Think of the moments when doubt crept in, whispering that you're not good enough, smart enough, or capable enough. Those moments are the exact opportunities to grow stronger. Confidence isn't about being fearless, it's about feeling the fear and taking that step forward anyway. The foundation of unshakable confidence lies in self-awareness. When you truly understand your strengths, your values, and even your limitations, you stop comparing yourself to others. You no longer chase validation from the outside world because you're anchored within yourself. As the Stoics teach, control what you can, your thoughts, actions, and decisions, and let go of what's beyond your grasp. This mindset frees you from the anxiety of approval and the trap of perfectionism. Building confidence also means embracing failure as a teacher. Every stumble, every misstep, every setback is a lesson wrapped in disguise. Picture a blacksmith hammering raw metal. Each strike, though forceful and repetitive, shapes the metal into something stronger, something purposeful. Similarly, your failures are the hammer strokes that refine your character. The key is to keep going, to not let a single failure define your journey. Another cornerstone of confidence is keeping promises to yourself. How often do we set goals, only to let them slide when things get tough? Each time you follow through on what you said you'd do, no matter how small, you're reinforcing the belief that you're reliable, capable, and strong. Over time, this consistency builds an inner trust that no one can take away. But confidence isn't just about what you say to yourself. It's also about the way you carry yourself. Your posture, your tone, and even your silence can convey confidence. Walk into a room with your head held high and your shoulders back, and notice how not only others, but also you perceive yourself differently. It's not about pretending to be someone you're not. It's about stepping into who you truly are. One of the most powerful tools for forging confidence is action. Overthinking can paralyze you, making the smallest tasks feel impossible. But every time you act, no matter how imperfectly, you chip away at self-doubt. Action silences fear. It's like walking through a dark tunnel. Each step forward brings more light, revealing the path ahead. The more you act, the more you realize that many of the obstacles you feared were just shadows in your mind. Lastly, remember that confidence is a journey, not a destination. It's not about reaching a point where you'll never feel unsure again. It's about knowing that even when uncertainty arises, you have the tools and the mindset to face it. Confidence is a skill you build, not a gift you wait to receive. And just like any skill, it requires practice, patience, and persistence. Unshakable confidence isn't loud or boastful. It's a steady, inner flame that guides you through the darkest nights and brightest days. It's knowing that you have the strength to face life's storms, not because they're easy, but because you've built yourself to withstand them. So, start today. Take one small step toward your goals, silence the doubts, and remind yourself that you're capable of more than you've ever imagined. This is your time to rise, one step, one choice, one moment at a time. 2. Turn fear into action. Fear has an uncanny way of freezing us in place. It's like standing at the edge of a cliff, knowing you need to jump, but feeling the weight of hesitation grip you tightly. Fear often tricks us into thinking that it's something to avoid at all costs, something that can paralyze us. But what if I told you that fear isn't the enemy? What if fear could be the very thing that propels you forward, pushing you to take action instead of retreating into comfort? The truth is, fear and action are not opposites, they can coexist. And when you learn to harness fear, it can become your greatest ally in achieving your goals. We've all been there. You're presented with a new opportunity, a challenge that excites you, but also fills you with dread. Your mind floods with doubts. What if I fail? What if I'm not good enough? These thoughts can make the biggest of dreams seem impossible. But here's the secret. Those exact feelings of fear are signs that you're about to push yourself beyond your limits, beyond what's comfortable, and into growth. That's where the magic happens. The Stoics taught us that fear is a natural response to the unknown, but that doesn't mean we need to let it control us. It's not about ignoring fear or pretending it doesn't exist. It's about understanding it and using it to fuel our actions. Fear is a signal, a reminder that you're stepping into something new and unfamiliar. It's the brain's way of keeping you safe, but it can also be the spark that ignites action. Turning fear into action requires a shift in mindset. Instead of seeing fear as a sign to retreat, start seeing it as a call to move forward. When fear arises, it means that you're about to expand your horizons, to challenge yourself in ways you haven't before. The key is not to let that fear control you, but to let it push you into action. Fear can be a source of energy if you channel it correctly. One of the most powerful ways to turn fear into action is to break down the big picture into smaller, manageable tasks. When we focus on the enormity of the challenge ahead, fear can feel overwhelming. But if we break it down into smaller steps, it becomes less intimidating. Think about climbing a mountain. Looking at the summit from the base can seem impossible, but focusing on one step at a time makes the climb manageable. Each step you take reduces the fear, and with each step, you gain more confidence in your ability to succeed. Another critical element of turning fear into action is embracing imperfection. Fear often stems from a desire to do everything perfectly, to avoid mistakes at all costs. But in reality, mistakes are a natural part of the process. Every great achievement is built on a series of small failures. When you shift your perspective and stop expecting perfection, you free yourself from the paralyzing grip of fear. You realize that action, even if imperfect, is better than inaction. Each attempt is a learning experience, and every time you act, you move closer to your goals. Taking action in the face of fear also requires building resilience. The more you face fear head-on, the less power it has over you. It's like working out a muscle. Each time you confront fear, you strengthen your ability to take action. Resilience isn't about being fearless. It's about acknowledging fear and pushing forward anyway. The more you act, the more confident you become in your ability to handle whatever comes your way. And let's not forget the importance of visualization. When fear creeps in, one of the most powerful tools is to visualize yourself succeeding. Imagine the feeling of crossing the finish line, of reaching your goal. Visualizing success helps retrain your brain to see the outcome in a positive light, which reduces the power of fear. It helps you focus on the reward, not the obstacles. Turning fear into action also means developing a routine of small wins. The more you experience success, even in small ways, the more motivated you become to tackle bigger challenges. Each time you take action and overcome fear, you reinforce the belief that you are capable. These small wins accumulate, creating a momentum that pushes you to take even more action. Finally, it's important to remember that fear isn't something you'll ever fully eliminate. It's a part of the human experience, and it will continue to show up at different stages of your journey. But the more you practice turning fear into action, the less power it has over you. Fear will no longer be something that stops you in your tracks. It will become a signal to move forward, to take that first step, and to trust in your ability to navigate whatever comes next. So, the next time fear knocks at your door, don't run from it. Welcome it. Use it as fuel to take action, to push through the discomfort, and to chase your dreams. Remember, it's not about waiting for the fear to go away. It's about acting in spite of it. When you turn fear into action, you unlock the potential within yourself to accomplish far more than you ever thought possible. Number 3, master inner peace. In the fast-paced world we live in, finding a moment of stillness can feel impossible. Our minds are constantly bombarded with distractions, worries, and the noise of daily life. But in the pursuit of success, happiness, or fulfillment, many of us overlook the most powerful tool we have, inner peace. It's easy to think that peace comes from external circumstances, wealth, relationships, achievements, but the truth is, true peace comes from within. It's something you must cultivate in yourself, regardless of what's happening around you. Inner peace isn't about escaping reality or avoiding challenges. It's about being grounded, no matter how chaotic life may become. It's about mastering your reactions, not letting external events dictate your emotions. When you master inner peace, you unlock the ability to navigate life's ups and downs with calm, clarity, and confidence. The Stoics understood this concept deeply. They knew that peace isn't something that happens to us. It's something we create from within. One of the key steps to mastering inner peace is learning to control your thoughts. Our thoughts are powerful. They shape how we view the world and ourselves. Often, we find ourselves caught in negative thinking patterns that can lead to stress, anxiety, and frustration. But the moment we recognize these thoughts for what they are, just thoughts, we can take control. We can choose to focus on the present moment instead of getting lost in worries about the past or future. When we do this, we begin to create space for peace. This is where mindfulness plays a crucial role. Mindfulness is the practice of being present in the moment, fully aware of what's happening right now, without judgment. When we practice mindfulness, we stop letting our thoughts and emotions control us. We stop reacting automatically to every little trigger and start responding with intention. This doesn't mean we stop feeling emotions or experiencing challenges. It means we approach them with a calm, centered mind. When you can truly be present, free from the constant chatter of the mind, you create an inner stillness that is unshakable. Another essential element of inner peace is accepting what we cannot change. Life will always throw curveballs. People will disappoint us, situations will be beyond our control, and plans will fail. But peace comes when we stop resisting these things and start accepting them. Acceptance doesn't mean we like or approve of everything that happens. It simply means we stop fighting reality. We acknowledge that life is imperfect and that we can't control everything. This acceptance frees us from unnecessary stress and allows us to focus on what we can control, our response. At the heart of inner peace is self-compassion. We often treat others with more kindness and understanding than we treat ourselves. We're quick to judge ourselves for mistakes, to criticize ourselves for shortcomings, or to push ourselves too hard. But self-compassion is about treating ourselves with the same kindness and understanding we would offer a friend. It's about accepting our flaws, forgiving ourselves for past mistakes, and giving ourselves permission to rest when we need it. When we practice self-compassion, we create an environment of peace within, and that peace radiates outward. Another powerful way to master inner peace is to simplify your life. The more cluttered and complicated our lives become, the more difficult it is to find peace. Simplifying doesn't mean eliminating everything, but it does mean eliminating the unnecessary noise that distracts us from what truly matters. Whether it's decluttering your physical space, eliminating toxic relationships, or letting go of unrealistic expectations, simplifying your life creates room for peace. When you focus on what truly brings you joy and fulfillment, you begin to cultivate a deep, lasting peace that is not dependent on external factors. It's also important to remember that peace is a practice, not a destination. It's something that requires consistent effort, patience, and awareness. We don't just wake up one day fully at peace with ourselves and the world around us. It's a lifelong journey. But every small step we take toward inner peace adds up. Every time we choose to respond with calm instead of reacting in anger or frustration, we're building inner peace. Every moment we spend practicing mindfulness, every time we accept a difficult situation instead of resisting it, we strengthen our peace. Finally, mastering inner peace means being kind to others. The more peace we cultivate within ourselves, the more we're able to share it with the world around us. When we are at peace, we can bring calm to chaotic situations. We can offer support to those in need without being overwhelmed ourselves. We can listen without judgment, act with compassion, and remain grounded in our values. Inner peace is contagious. It spreads to those around us, creating a ripple effect that transforms not only our own lives, but the lives of others as well. So, remember, inner peace isn't something you find in a distant place or in a future moment. It's something you can create right now, within yourself. By mastering your thoughts, embracing mindfulness, accepting life's imperfections, and practicing self-compassion, you can unlock a deep sense of peace that remains with you, no matter what challenges life may bring. It all starts with you, and the more you cultivate that inner stillness, the more you'll find the strength to navigate life with grace, ease, and resilience. 4. Own your reactions. In life, we can't always control what happens to us, but we can always control how we respond. Our reactions, more than anything else, define our character and shape the course of our lives. Think about it. Every time something goes wrong, every time we face a challenge, or even when someone pushes our buttons, we are given a choice. How do we react? Do we let our emotions control us, or do we take a step back, regain our composure, and choose our response intentionally? The key to mastering our reactions lies in self-awareness. In the heat of the moment, it's easy to get caught up in our emotions. Anger, frustration, fear, and even joy can cloud our judgment, pushing us to react impulsively. But true power comes when we pause and take a moment to reflect. By becoming more aware of our triggers and the emotions we experience, we gain the ability to choose how we want to respond instead of reacting automatically. This doesn't mean suppressing or denying our feelings. It means understanding them and deciding how we want to handle them. When we own our reactions, we take full responsibility for the way we respond to situations, and this empowers us. It's easy to blame others for our emotional responses. We may think, if they hadn't said that, I wouldn't have gotten upset. Or if the situation had been different, I would have acted differently. But this mindset only shifts the power outside of ourselves. The truth is, no one else can make us feel anything without our consent. We are in control of our emotions, and when we recognize that, we reclaim our inner strength. Instead of letting external circumstances dictate our feelings, we choose how to respond to them. One powerful way to own your reactions is by practicing emotional regulation. It's natural to feel emotions. Anger when someone insults us, sadness when we face disappointment, fear when we encounter the unknown. But what defines us is how we manage these emotions. Emotional regulation doesn't mean denying what we feel. It means acknowledging our emotions and taking control over how we express them. For example, instead of lashing out in anger when someone cuts us off in traffic, we can choose to breathe deeply, regain our composure, and calmly move forward. Instead of letting anxiety consume us in a stressful situation, we can pause, take a moment to center ourselves, and approach the challenge with a clear mind. By owning our reactions, we also free ourselves from unnecessary suffering. When we react impulsively, especially with negative emotions, we often find ourselves regretting our actions later. We may lash out, say things we don't mean, or make decisions we later wish we hadn't made. This creates unnecessary tension, both within ourselves and in our relationships. But when we take responsibility for our reactions, we not only avoid these regrets, but also cultivate a deeper sense of peace. We stop letting fleeting emotions dictate the course of our lives, and instead, we take control of the narrative. There's also power in choosing not to react at all. Sometimes, the best response is no response at all. In situations where others are trying to provoke us or create drama, resisting the urge to react can be one of the most powerful ways to maintain control. Think about it. When someone insults you, what's their goal? They want to provoke a reaction. By not reacting, you take away their power. You choose to rise above the situation, and in doing so, you maintain your peace and self-respect. This doesn't mean avoiding conflict or letting people walk all over you. It simply means refusing to engage in unnecessary emotional battles that drain your energy and peace. Owning our reactions also involves practicing mindfulness. By becoming more mindful of the present moment, we can gain better control over our responses. Mindfulness teaches us to pause before reacting, allowing us to notice our emotions and thoughts without getting swept away by them. In these moments of mindfulness, we have the space to choose a thoughtful, measured response instead of reacting impulsively. Over time, this practice strengthens our ability to respond intentionally, creating a more peaceful and balanced life. Another important aspect of owning your reactions is learning to respond with kindness, even in difficult situations. When we are faced with criticism or negativity, it can be tempting to react defensively or with anger. But choosing to respond with kindness, even when we're hurt, demonstrates strength and emotional maturity. This doesn't mean letting people take advantage of us, but it does mean handling difficult situations with grace and empathy. When we respond with kindness, we not only diffuse potential conflict, but we also set a powerful example for others to follow. By owning our reactions, we also strengthen our emotional resilience. Life is full of challenges and setbacks, and while we can't avoid them, we can control how we handle them. Every time we choose to respond thoughtfully instead of reacting impulsively, we build our emotional resilience. We learn to weather life's storms with calm and composure, knowing that we have the power to decide how we respond. This makes us more adaptable, more confident, and more prepared to face whatever life throws our way. The benefits of owning your reactions extend beyond your emotional well-being. It positively impacts your relationships as well. When we consistently take responsibility for how we respond to others, we create an environment of trust and respect. People appreciate being around those who can stay calm and composed, even in difficult situations. This doesn't mean suppressing your emotions or pretending everything is okay when it's not. It means choosing to respond in a way that aligns with your values and preserves your peace. Owning your reactions is one of the most empowering practices you can incorporate into your life. It shifts the focus from external circumstances to internal control. It allows you to take full responsibility for your emotional responses, giving you the power to navigate life's challenges with calm, clarity, and confidence. By mastering this skill, you free yourself from unnecessary suffering and create a more peaceful, resilient, and fulfilling life. Remember, you are not defined by what happens to you, but by how you choose to respond to it. 5. Rise after every fall. Life is unpredictable. One moment we might feel on top of the world, and the next we find ourselves facing setbacks that feel impossible to overcome. Yet it's in these moments of hardship that our true strength is revealed. It's not about avoiding failure or never falling, because that's part of the human experience. The real test comes in how we rise after every fall, how we find the courage to stand up once more when life tries to knock us down. Each fall presents an opportunity for growth, resilience, and a deeper understanding of ourselves. The question isn't whether we'll fall, it's whether we'll rise again. When we face challenges, whether they are personal, professional, or emotional, it's natural to feel defeated. The weight of failure can make us question our abilities and doubt our worth. But what sets successful people apart isn't that they avoid failure. It's that they embrace the lessons within it. Every fall is a chance to learn something new about ourselves. It teaches us what didn't work, what we can improve, and how we can approach life differently next time. Instead of seeing failure as an end, we can shift our perspective to see it as a stepping stone to success. Rising after every fall requires us to cultivate resilience, a skill that allows us to bounce back stronger, no matter how many times we fall. Resilience isn't something we're born with, it's something we build through experience. Each time we face adversity and choose to rise again, we add another layer to our resilience. This process isn't always easy, and sometimes it may feel like we're taking one step forward and two steps back. But with each step, we grow stronger. Each failure teaches us patience and perseverance, two qualities that are essential for long-term success. In moments of failure, it's also important to give ourselves compassion. We are often our harshest critics, especially when we fall short of our expectations. But self-compassion is key to rising again. We need to forgive ourselves, acknowledge our efforts, and understand that falling doesn't mean we're failures. It means we're human. Failure is part of the journey, and it's okay to stumble along the way. What matters most is that we don't stay down. We allow ourselves the grace to heal, learn, and try again. The more we embrace this mindset, the easier it becomes to rise after every fall. One of the biggest obstacles to rising again is the fear of failure itself. We might avoid taking risks or trying new things because we're afraid of falling short. But the truth is, avoiding failure only keeps us stuck in one place. Growth comes from stepping outside of our comfort zones, from taking risks, and from facing challenges head-on. The fear of failure may never fully go away, but when we learn to embrace it as part of the process, we can push past it and move forward with confidence. When we rise after every fall, we also strengthen our sense of purpose. Failure has a way of stripping away distractions and forcing us to focus on what really matters. It reminds us of our goals, our values, and our desire to keep moving forward. Sometimes we need a fall to shake us awake, to push us out of complacency and into action. Rising after every fall isn't just about bouncing back. It's about recommitting to our purpose, rekindling our passion, and reminding ourselves of the bigger picture. The support of others also plays a critical role in our ability to rise after setbacks. While we are ultimately responsible for our own reactions and actions, we don't have to do it alone. Surrounding ourselves with people who believe in us, who encourage us, and who offer a helping hand when we need it can make all the difference. Sometimes it's the words of a friend or a mentor that give us the strength to try again. These connections remind us that we're not alone in our struggles and that it's okay to lean on others when we need help. Life may knock us down, but with the right support system, we can rise again even stronger than before. Rising after every fall also requires us to maintain a positive mindset. It's easy to fall into a cycle of negativity when things aren't going as planned. We may feel discouraged or question if we're cut out for the journey we've chosen. But a positive mindset doesn't mean ignoring the difficulties. It means choosing to focus on the possibilities instead of the problems. It's about seeing every fall as a chance to learn, grow, and become better. When we maintain this mindset, even the toughest challenges become opportunities for growth. And with each challenge we overcome, our belief in our ability to rise again grows stronger. As we rise after every fall, we become more adaptable. Life is constantly changing, and the ability to adapt to new circumstances is a valuable skill. Sometimes the path we've chosen may not lead us where we expected, and we may need to adjust our course. The falls we experience give us the opportunity to reassess our goals, reevaluate our strategies, and adapt to new realities. Rising after every fall teaches us that flexibility is key to success. We learn to let go of rigid expectations and embrace the flow of life, trusting that even if we stumble, we will find our way. Rising after every fall is an essential part of life's journey. It's not about avoiding failure, but about learning from it, growing stronger, and continuing to move forward. Each fall offers an opportunity to build resilience, cultivate compassion, and strengthen our sense of purpose. By embracing failure as part of the process and choosing to rise again, we unlock our true potential and create a life filled with growth, possibility, and success. The path to success isn't a straight line. It's a series of rises after falls, each one bringing us closer to becoming the best version of ourselves. So no matter how many times you fall, remember that your ability to rise is what defines you. Keep going, and trust that with each rise, you become stronger, wiser, and more capable than ever before. 7. The power of consistency. Consistency is the quiet force that leads to remarkable success. It's not always the big moments or breakthroughs that define our progress. It's the small, consistent actions we take every day. Every time we push forward, even when we don't feel like it, we're building something far greater than what appears on the surface. Imagine planting a seed and watering it every single day. At first, nothing seems to happen. But over time, as you continue with unwavering dedication, that seed grows into something strong and beautiful. This is the power of consistency. When we think of success, we often picture someone who made a big move or took a huge leap forward. However, the truth is that most achievements are built on the foundation of daily habits and consistent efforts. Whether it's improving a skill, achieving personal goals, or building a meaningful career, consistency is what transforms small actions into long-term success. The key to any achievement, no matter how big or small, lies in the ability to show up day after day, putting in the work, even when the results aren't immediately visible. This steady progress doesn't always feel exciting in the moment, and there are days when it seems like nothing is changing. But if you look at your journey from a broader perspective, you'll see that the power of consistency is like a slow and steady current that moves mountains. It's those seemingly unimportant actions you take today that compound over time, creating a momentum that drives you forward even when motivation wanes. One of the biggest misconceptions about success is that it comes from sudden bursts of effort or talent. In reality, it's often the people who consistently put in the work, no matter how small, who end up achieving their dreams. The true power of consistency is not about working harder, but working smarter and showing up every day. It's about creating habits that reinforce progress and growth, even when you can't immediately see the results. Consistency also builds trust, not just with others, but with yourself. When you commit to a routine and stick to it, you start to develop confidence in your own abilities. You start to trust the process, knowing that even on the tough days, the work you put in will eventually pay off. This trust in yourself is invaluable because it keeps you going through the tough times when it would be easy to quit. It turns self-doubt into self-belief, empowering you to keep pushing forward. When you cultivate consistency, it also helps you to build resilience. Every time you face a challenge or a setback, consistency teaches you how to keep moving forward. Instead of letting failure stop you in your tracks, consistency teaches you to keep going, even if it's one small step at a time. It's through these challenges that you grow stronger, learning to overcome obstacles with persistence. The power of consistency means you're not easily swayed by the ups and downs, but instead, you stay grounded and focused on the long-term goal. It's important to remember that consistency isn't about perfection. It's about showing up, no matter what. There will be days when things don't go as planned, and that's okay. What matters is that you don't let those days derail your progress. Consistency is about accepting imperfection and continuing to move forward, even when things aren't ideal. It's about giving yourself the grace to keep going, even when the journey feels challenging. One of the most impactful aspects of consistency is its ability to turn your dreams into reality. By staying consistent, you make your dreams inevitable. Each small step taken over time builds towards the bigger picture. When you look back at the progress you've made, you'll realize that every effort, no matter how small it seemed at the time, was a vital piece of the puzzle. It's these consistent efforts that accumulate and lead to big changes, and without them, progress would be far harder to achieve. Consistency also allows us to develop mastery. In anything, whether it's learning an instrument, perfecting a craft, or building a business, consistency is what helps you improve over time. Mastery doesn't come overnight. It comes with steady, persistent practice. The more you practice, the better you get. And the more consistent you are in your practice, the quicker you will improve. When you see how far you've come through small, consistent steps, you start to appreciate the journey and the process, rather than just focusing on the outcome. Consistency breeds momentum. When you keep showing up, you start to gain momentum. This momentum pushes you to keep going, even when the initial excitement fades away. It's like a snowball rolling down a hill. At first, it's small, but as it continues, it gains strength and speed. Consistency is the key to creating this momentum, and once it's in motion, it becomes easier to keep going. The momentum generated by consistent effort makes success feel natural, almost inevitable. The power of consistency is the force that transforms small, daily actions into significant achievements. It's about showing up every day, even when the results aren't immediate, trusting the process, and having the patience to allow your efforts to compound. Consistency builds momentum, mastery, and resilience, and it turns your dreams into reality. So, whether you're working on personal growth, professional success, or a new skill, remember that the power of consistency is what will get you there. Keep going, keep showing up, and trust that your consistent efforts will lead you to the success you desire. In conclusion, embracing the power of consistency is a game changer in our journey toward success. By showing up every day, even when the results aren't immediately visible, we build momentum, trust in ourselves, and resilience. It's not the sudden leaps that take us forward. It's the steady, small steps we take consistently. So stay focused, keep pushing through, and remember that with each small action, you're one step closer to achieving your goals. Thank you so much for watching. If you found this video helpful and inspiring, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Your support means the world to us and motivates us to create more content like this. Stay tuned for our next Stoic-themed video, where we'll explore even more ways to live a fulfilled and powerful life. Keep learning, keep growing, and let's keep moving forward together.